standing by with Josh RT before game 2. Now they take out map 1, not even their own pick, but you are going to your own. I am standing by with Josh RT before game 2. Now they take out map 1, not even their own pick, but you are going to your own pick. Players are already playing amazing. G2 seems to always be able to field great players, but I want to know your approach that also helps that. How do you keep that mental strong? And we are always seeing G2 stay in the game. What's that coming from you?
Well,
we'll never know.
What an answer.
What's it going to be?
What's
it going to be, Josh RT?
Honestly, on pins and needles over here. We'll have to find out next time. But in any case, though, welcome back to the desk, everyone. GB alongside Mimi and Enders. We really just continue to talk about how good this G2 lineup looks as they win Lotus 13-6. And Mimi, I mean, you got to start right out of the gate. Jogamo.
Yeah, I think we're already seeing the difference between the team of last year and this team with Jaw. And him on this Yoru, we saw him willing to take so many really interesting risks throughout this game. Some crazy entry pathing on the attack side, but a round I wanted to look at from their defense, where you see G2 hearing this B execute starting to come through from C9. They're going to pretty instantly react with a Rolling Thunder, completely dissuade that from happening. But while all that's going on, Jaw, basically alone in this endeavor, full walks up, gets a kill outside A, and then teleports back. And it's not a huge thing, but I think little moments like that are things that you didn't really see Icy doing that much last year for G2. Jaw's a player who's willing to take those calculated risks, go get his in the 1v1, and he was rewarded for it quite a few times in this game.
It was really this two-pronged approach from G2 in that first half where they crushed, 8-4 on the defensive side, where you had Jaw looking for those aggro pieces. And on the other side of the map, usually on that C side, Leaf was just putting on an amazing solo anchor performance. I mean, there were numerous times where he's getting swarmed as a solo player and finding positions on site where he's dodging away from Teo util, breach utility, playing around his own orb and wall very, very nicely. So I think while Jogamo was putting the fear of God into C9,
and some highlights.
Leaf was the one popping off and get these multi-frags on those holes.
We told this is like the revenge match for Net getting dropped from G2, but it seemed like it was one Leaf just taking his former teammates and absolutely putting them down as a solo anchor. It's clear he's got a little chip on his shoulder there too.
Oh, without a doubt. But then, another thing that had really shined through in this matchup was that Tejo breach, right? Really on both sides. I really like these agents together. You get so much you could do with this, Ender, and really want to get your take on this.
Yeah, well, I mean, really, these agents are just incredible at breaking a site, whether that's on the attacking side, getting in, or the defensive side, trying to go for these re-clears. And I think what G2 were able to do on their defensive side a lot was when they had to get back into a site, deal with the deadlock utility, and then overwhelm the opposition. The fact that they had the Yoru thrown into that mix as well, adding another layer of flashes, and that quick dash in to play off the utility, it just pairs so nicely together.
Despite playing into the deadlock, I think G2 had a really good idea of when they were actually ready to use the util on the retake. You never saw either initiator pre-firing it. It was all perfectly coordinated on those retakes and clearly super well rehearsed for G2.
You're seeing, the influence of Jogamo on this team, the brain of Valen at work, Leaf putting in some numbers. It's been really cool to see G2 dominate the way that they have, but C9 not out of it yet. Let's actually go over to Coach Emmy, hear what he has to say.
I am joined by Emmy to get a few words here. Looking at map 1, didn't go your way to start, but it did start to come back there. Are you trying to settle the guys' nerves? Do you feel like they're all right? What's it looking like going to game 2?
No, I think it's definitely a mentality battle right now. We just need to get in the right place. I mean, we lost both pistols. We started slow. So I think we just reset our mentals and we'll be good. We just need to not be so tense. Every time we play G2, we're a little bit tense.
Easy things to identify. Hope it's there in game 2.
Whenever they play G2, they're a little bit tense. Fascinating, but even more so now because of just the firepower that's at the disposal of G2.
Yeah, and if you're looking at what should be the two top fraggers for the teams, the duelists, the difference between Jogamo and Icy was palpable this game. Oxy had sort of a rough showing in that opening match versus NRG, but here he's 1-6 in openers, whereas on the other side, Jaw 6-1 on those.
Wow.
Now we're moving on to Abyss, which is a super wide map. Off is going to come into play. I'd be shocked if I didn't see Jaw Jogmo on that Yoru again.
Yep.
Oxy's going to have to step up or it's just over.
He absolutely is. This is a jet map. It's pretty comfortable one for Oxy, but it will be very reliant on him, especially on their defense. Getting an operator in his hands would be big. I'm interested to see what else G2 fill around. You mentioned earlier they used to play that really slow double smokes control comp on this map, but we just saw Jonah P hovering on the breach there.
Yeah.
He might change up the pace and go back into that breach Tejo.
Yeah, I believe it was Navi that was playing the breach Tejo on Abyss the other day in EMEA, and that is unreal in the post plants. The stun on that B site going
so
down
good.
on the cringe plant
sound
spot
fun.
is bonkers.
Does not sound fun to play against. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick pause for the cause, and when we return, it's going to be Map 2 on Abyss, Cloud9 versus G2. We'll see you in a few.
Well, we heard from Imi at halftime, and I think there's probably more than a couple of teams that feel a little bit tense when taking on a roster like G2 right now, because they look sublime out there. Cloud9 map pick is Lotus, and G2 make it look like their home ground, baby. Now we're off to Abyss. That's where G2 wanted to take this game. You've got to know there's something in store.
We haven't seen Abyss actually played by Cloud9 in a VCT match before. And in the case of G2, the last time we saw them on it, they actually lost to Lev at Champions. It knocked them into the lower bracket. They had the iconic 5 players on an eco round jump off the map.
Oh, what happened to the game I love?
What happened to it? All right, we got the agent select. Cloud9 going in with a double controller look. This is what they did on Fracture, actually, against NRG the other day. It was very successful on their attack side, getting into the site and then cycling those smokes, making it really tough for the retakers to get back in. But they struggled on defense. And without a Sentinel, I think we'll see more of that here. And
Ooh, we got a Sentinel here.
We do have a Sentinel, not the expected one. A lot of Cypher was being played here before. People started playing a lot of Vice. I have not seen a lot of Chamber. This should be fun, especially given that Leaf is coming off the back of dropping 22 for 10 deaths on map 1, something along those lines. So he is in white-hot form. Chamber might be the perfect agent to close this out, get G2 into those upper semifinals.
It's the kind of Sentinel that allows you to get off one of those op angles for free, essentially. Something that obviously only a few agents, most of them duelists, can actually achieve. And elsewhere, we've seen Jorgamo disrupting the flow of the game. We're sort of on Lotus, getting these random picks on the other side of the map and being able to rejoin the rest of G2 when they wanted to hit a site hard.
G2, they've always favored the Yoru on this map. Icy was playing it back in the day, last year at the end, and now Jogamo picking it up for them.
All right, into the pistol we go. Cloud9 on the attack side. A 0 point reveals 0 information. No one on G2 pushed up in A main.
But we do have Leaf with the Headhunter making some presence in the middle of the map.
Headhunter.
Oh, what a first shot.
What a way to pick up where you left off as well. It's Oxy of all plays going down to that moment. And again, we saw this as well. Towards the end of Lotus, Mitch able to recover things in a pinch.
Out of nowhere, duel against Jonah P could determine the round, and it's 1 for the defenders, 3 versus 2. They can play to the man advantage in this retake.
Yeah, plenty of players set up towards tower here by G2, but the smokes are in their way right now. Speculative shots to try and soften up C9 in this postpartum. Vic tries to get ahead of it.
Oh, I can't believe that miss. Threaded the needle with that right click.
And the Prof has himself his hat trick now. Low might just be the play used to draw Net out of hiding. Nice little connection here, but it's too much to cover. Jonah P walks out of the round with 4.
A good setup in mid from G2. Fair play to Mitch, trying to recover things. The IGL...
Someone wake Lothar up, please!
Who's returned to C9 after a couple years, but G2 are just looking too good, man. 4 kills already for the Professor, on his way to the Rolling Thunder. A nice little fun fact about Leaf.
I tell you what, guy's the meat grinder. They step one up, he knocks him on down. He had a great map 1 of this series.
Now, was that original star duelist player for C9? That's where he racked up a hell of a lot of the kills on that stat. Was the duelist initially for G2 as well last year, but it's when he swapped to Sentinel, they made the role changes that they really began to come into their own. And they want to go from just a great team to the best. They have the tools to do it this year. Your expectation should be that they can be contending for world titles.
Christie is selling for them on the desk. He says they're winning champions. You heard it here first. A lot of confidence. And there's the Marshall, not quite actually finding any purchase there straight down mid, but it's enough to dissuade Cloud9. They're headed over towards A again.
For Cloud9, they're just trying to get their nerve back, get comfortable again, get some confidence going individually. You know, they've had a couple small moments here and there, but they need someone to step up, take the reins.
Look at this, push-pull. G2 now being tempted over to the A side of the map, and Cloud9 have pulled the wall down over their eyes. Can they get to B, though, within this window? Looks like they're going to hit it pretty fast now. Leaf, though, big catch. That's on the mid player. Mitch, the pivot, the fulcrum is down. And Leaf's in position to deal with anyone playing close. The double swing, though, it's just too much. Oh, my goodness, Leaf blows them away. Just a little too easy. Okay, Jorg. Yep. The internal canine makes its appearance.
3 pistol rounds taken by G2 in this series. Cloud9 just can't find that match to, you know, light something and begin to get some level of momentum. They've been fighting from behind this entire series.
Spinning their tires.
They got 1 kill, at least on this on their eco round, rather. It's the first time they've done that in this series after losing the pistol. But that is virtually nothing.
Clean conversion on the anti-eco. Into the bonus here, it's quite the assortment of weaponry, Wyatt. Marshall, Bulldog Stingers. Okay.
That is cheeky from Leaf getting into that A main position. A couple G2 players stacked up for B, and actually a quick rotate from Jonah, but the first blood is found by Vic, and with the Cosmic Divide, it's easy access to the B site.
Yeah, Net able to develop that one pretty early. So here it is, Jorg and Jonah P set up on the other side of that wall. Again, just the bonus here for G2, but they're definitely hoping to keep a lid on this C9 economy, to give them 2-3 a win. Oxy waiting, salivating for a chance to throw down, but Trent is going to find his 2.
Opportunity to do some real damage. G2, if they can find 1 more, that would be enough to have a pretty solid round here. They can't. Zeppa on the swing from backside, and I believe that was net from heaven. C9 stabilizing.
Only 2 guns lost there. Trent able to divest Cloud9 of a couple of those weapons. Now the proper buy up, and this is what we were waiting to see. Leaf has taken an operator at the first opportunity.
Does he dare go for that jump around A again? I'm going to assume.
Is.
Oh my God.
He's doing it.
He's actually going to get. Please don't fall off the map. Praying. He does not.
I mean, the guy's a little bit of a movement god.
No.
He's fine. It's fine. Easy.
Oh, easy.
Sticks the landing, and now he will lie in wait. Obviously, the rendezvous means he can get out of here at a pinch. So just 1 free pick, and then peace out. No, it's going to be Oxy to clean him up. Sometimes the best laid plans go to waste.
Reaction time was so swift from Oxy as C9 fall back out of A main. They want to regroup with Net, who's been containing towards B. They've been able to get access to the site relatively easily.
That is unfortunate. That's down on the bedrock level.
Take flight.
Going to be clearing this nebula here with the Aldrone. Order the Astra Stars set up. Pretty straightforward assortment of them. Now we can get past that gravity well pretty easily. Okay, Net gets the jump on Jorg here. So any threat of that wraparound through mid has been neutralized.
Now do G2 actually want to go for this in the 3 versus 5, or are they going to save? Here comes the fault line from Jonah P.
Null command from Mitch just popped here, so I think that's it. You're calling a cancel on that.
Yeah, at least they extracted a little bit of value from the pressure that they put on there to get that out. And
a gun.
Trent does pick up the kill on Net. Net, who, by the way, has been, despite, Cloud9's woes in this series so far, he's been really good at reading the rotates from G2, cutting them off, finding picks on the flank in that way.
Sorry, Trent. Yeah, he's pinged it out. Okay. That'll be the round. Of course, talking to Net, I mean, he had already been able to build a Cosmic Divide in that 3rd round, right, to set up for Cloud9 to make sure they had a pretty safe buy. So pretty instrumental so far at 5 and 3. And he's halfway to his next one as well.
No operator for Leaf for this time, but he is 1 away from getting the free operator with his ultimate, so we'll have to see if they can play to an orb for him, or if he'll just be relegated to using that next round. Stick with the Headhunter for now. Cloud9, they're gathered up for a fast hit onto B. At least that's what it looks like right now in G2. It looks like they want to actually fight forward. Dodger will take a duel and then teleport away to safety.
Drew out some utility in fairness. Fault line here going to disrupt things a little now for Cloud9, buying time for these players to get set up and onto the B side.
G2 have rotated 3 players into the site, ready to anchor.
They're so certain about this, despite not having a ton of mid control.
There had just been a drone reclear actually from Trent into mid. Ned is just passively watching the flank, something he's going to have to be very attentive to given their lack of Sentinel in this composition.
Okay. Nebula being thrown up towards heaven here by Cloud9, so it's the go signal for sure. Oxy with a Cloudburst to try and deny any high ground play. He's going to plunge now straight out of that Cloudburst. Mitch has been so good on the ground. There's that tour de force though, claims his first victim of the round. It's Net out of the picture. Trent finds yet another one. George sat there waiting for Oxy to show. He knows Zephyr's high, but can't make the adjustment. Now it's Leaf. Headhunter, tour de force ready. And Mitch, who's been pretty darn good, but not good enough.
So quick with the scope in, with the flick. The adjustment from Leaf is perfect. Gets that ultimate online. Tour de force paying dividends.
And that's why Valen says, my Sentinel is better than your star player. 7 and 3 for Leaf, after a brilliant Lotus as well.
Heartbreaking for C9, who cracked into that site with a duo of kills from Mitch, who despite being the IGL was also putting in work on the scoreboard. The aim has been looking nice today. It's just not enough. Cloud9 though with the plant, their economy still good enough for a buy, good enough in fact that they want to get an operator into the hands of Oxy.
Ooh. A little bit of free damage on Zephyr, nothing you'd write home about. Cloud9 settled into a bit of a default early in the round. What's Jorg up to on that B side? Maybe starting to inch up a little closer as Leaf has the line with this op.
Yeah, taking positional liberties with the gate crash. Still back B, ready to teleport away to safety if necessary. It's a Cloud9 who really just want to slow down the game, allow Oxy some time to work mid. He's been holding a pretty passive angle, hoping that someone from G2 would maybe jump spot. And now it's Cloud9 actually throwing down 2 smokes deep mid, feigning that they could be walking up, making G2 consider that they could be far closer to them on the map than they actually are as they gather up for the A execute.
Yeah, Cloud9 just trying to obscure their movements and stretch the resources of G2 thin.
Now they've actually thrown the rifle over to Oxy. Vic has picked up that operator. They want to go for the A split here. They're going to have to deal with Leaf with this off. He wants to get his and teleport away, but just forced off by the flash. Can't get the value intended.
Oxy is very early getting into tower, though. I don't know how aware Jonah could be of this. And Oxy can get down their throats pretty fast, but instead opts to pull out back towards the middle part of the map and doesn't show himself either. Jorg checks it as he comes through with that dimensional drift, but he doesn't see Oxy yet. Rolling Thunder, Mitch trying to get away from that one. He's knocked right off into the distance, so there's Jorg. Mitch is dealt with. Sat in A main now, but again, the post-plant setup can be pretty oppressive for the attackers, unless they're all dead. It's just Net to play from here, and Vic's been a non-factor in this round, Wyatt.
Unfortunately, that op has just been next to useless. What a shot from Net, but the trade just as swift from Jawjumo.
What do you do from here? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Save the gun and live to fight another day. Still enough to buy with for Cloud9. Very tough in the post-plant for him, though.
That kill from Jogaba out of the TP was crazy. That was so fast. Unfortunately for C9, all that planning around the operator fully went to waste. It was a passive angle from Oxy in mid, hoping that somebody would have tried to go for a jump peek at some point within the first 40 seconds or so of that round. It never came. And then
so
Vic,
clean.
as you mentioned, he just became a non-factor, a liability, holding the op, hoping he could cut off a rotate that never came. And
Out of my way.
that Rolling Thunder sealed the deal.
G2 now. The Hunter's Fury to work with. So still some Initiator ultimates to leverage. And of course, no surprise to see the Blade Storm pop. Oxy getting on into tower, but Jonas slaps him down. Yeah, he's definitely beaten, battered, bruised after that engagement, but it's an encounter that goes positively for G2. And that spike is not on A yet.
Ooh. Lovely kill from Zeppa as C9 tried to scale into this site, get even further with the drone. The Hunter's Fury ringing out from Trent.
Jonah low, Trent needs to be a little careful. And there's Valen catching. How? Okay. Still, Mitch has got a good spot here in tower to work with. Trent trying to dig him out with a shock will force him at least down to the site. That's the operator of Vic. Once again, he has it in his hands to play outside the site itself. But Mitch, again, he's in there. He's anchoring. And he has to be dug out here by G2. Fault line puts pressure on him, but he knows his angle's being held, or is it? That's the pick off on Vic that many couldn't respond, and now Net has the util here in the post plant to try and disrupt. Oh, got pulled off of it, we're at half. Oh, he gets taken down as he tries to push in, and there will be enough time for G2 to convert the rounds.
Well played on the retake from G2, and it's so unfortunate in these situations to watch one of the players from C9 have to just keep watching the flank with their crosshair. As G2 were spilling back into the site, Net was just looking behind the entire time. That is the drawback of the comp that they're running.
Yeah, that's what he's supposed to do. A rueful look on his face. I mean, Vic, was holding that line. That's rough. All right, Riot Games Arena, how we're feeling? Timeout here for Cloud9. All right, let's talk. Which capsule do you go for? Oh, yeah, there it is. I like that G2 one. The red and gold.
It's classy.
Clean. Thoughts? Opinions? You can point, it's okay. You can tell us how you feel. Oh, okay. C9 fans? Okay, we have both. Yeah, okay. Get them both. That's also fine. Decision time. I like it. Hi. Which one do you like? We already went there. Okay. I'm messing with that C9. They got the blue and the white in that capsule skin this year.
It's kind of cool. Year one.
Yeah, look,
one was kind of nice.
bit of-
Hey, year one C9 one.
You like that
I was
one?
messing with it. Yeah, that one was good.
I don't know. I'm still the 100 Thieves one. They got the blue on there, just random. I kind of like it.
Just try and get past it.
Can't believe we got through a capsule segment without talking about Sentinels. I'm proud of us. Let's go. Round 8. G2 with a 3-round lead.
Here.
Back on the first map, after Imi took a timeout, it was the second one, but that is when C9 started to string some rounds together, make a go at it, get back in the game just a bit. Mitch has the null command coming into this Cosmic Divide for Net as well, too. Enormous tools to get into the site, win out a post plant.
Inching down mid here, G2. They're starting to take liberties.
Yeah, they want to take advantage of this lack of Sentinel.
And Vic, pretty cerebral player, Wyatt. Pretty hard to get the jump on. He's trying to make sure they don't catch the timing on him. Okay, here's the Cosmic Divide coming out pretty much straight away. Null Command also popped by Mitch, so very hard and fast hit over to the B side.
But here comes the battle on the flank. This is crucial. Can Net find the kill? No! Oh my god.
Now you're on the clock.
Jogamo is so nasty.
Tick-tock now for C9. They know there's a chance to get wrapped on here, so they got to go forward, but Jonah P is indomitable. Brick wall that stands in their way. That first divide's about to come down. That's a second up, though. Valen laid his down as well. Zeppa's got a little rat spot in the corner, but Trent has the bait. And once again, it's Mitch alone on the site. He puts the groundwork in, but It's another round snatched away from him, and that's a big investment from Cloud9 ultimate-wise. You, again, commit the KO ultimate, you get the post plant, and then you get dragged out into the town square one by one.
G2 just abusing the players on the flank. That swing from Jogamo was so nice. It was really ready for that angle to be held by Net, shut him down instantly, and then Cloud9 have to be even more careful, more worried about the further flank coming. If Jogamo pushes down rope, followed up, he had a second player with him as well for that trade, even if he lost the duel.
That's a great point. I mean, the fact that G2 could commit 2 plays to that flank and still have their anchoring players over on B win out their individual duels. One of them with a headhunter.
Cloud9 have a relatively decent buy into this one while still retaining enough cash for the future. They want to go fast into A. Vic applying a lot of pressure through mid, through the Venice Oxy. Does that dash updraft to meet up with him?
Valen was able to get out there. He was definitely tempted to investigate the Omen TP by Vic. Kind of knew he was at risk. Trent confirms. Oxy sat on the corner, is going to force him to drop straight on down net. Didn't have a timing that he thought of it. Jorg is in his head. Vic, though, only the one as the shorty cuts his life short.
Zeppo is trying to fight with Oxy. Here comes the dimensional drift. Information from Jogamo going to be so crucial for the rest of the squad.
He didn't see Mitch go into security, though, Wyatt. He's in a flanking position, but it doesn't matter. Trent's already still somehow. It's another oppressive G2 round. Another post plant unraveled.
This team is looking utterly fantastic. They were a favorite coming into this year. Maybe some question marks here and there. I certainly had some after an offseason that was fairly tumultuous. It looked like there was certainly going to be an adjustment period needed with bringing in Jogamo, despite how excellent he is, obviously, on paper, figuring out how to use him in this roster, given how aggressive of a player he is, how fearless he is, compared to the slower-paced, controlled G2 team that they're known to be. But it seems like that adjustment period is already over. I think the offseason was just that.
They had to meet in the middle, Jogamo and this G2 team. They've become something else entirely.
They are looking sublime. Cloud9 have the full buy. They're trying to get some control towards A main with that early 0 point, giving information to Mitch to try and call around as the IGL.
Oh god, they've taken all this space again, this time on the B side of the map. Vic, most of the time, doesn't know where to be looking. That fault line
was interesting.
Yep, definitely one of the more quizzical ones. The gate crash going to be used before it expires by Jogamo to pull him back onto B.
Cloud9 are hoping that they're going to be able to find an opening pick by exploiting someone on G2 over pushing towards that B side of the map, but it's not going to come. They're playing relatively safe at the moment, just stacked up together.
Look how far back Valen is here.
Wow, do they pop out mid together off a flash?
There's no way! Okay, Jorg. God, he sees it. Gate crashes out instantly. Still, that's a lot of information. They might cause C9 to call a cancel. Maybe just leave Oxy behind. He has to be the mole here, the one that undoes them from the inside.
Jogamo, at least temporarily, off that TP. He regrouped with Jonah, but is now rotating around. He's playing the float roll in spawn, can go to either site. Can Leaf find a pick here, though? That's tough. Forced away. Jonah in so much trouble. Pressure from Oxy in mid.
Buy some time, but Oxy won't be denied for long. He's expecting some action here. And he's about right. That's a clone that's going around the corner. Trent opens things up. Oxy's healthy enough to not have to worry about shockies, but getting lit would be an issue. He has to cloudburst this. Backs away from the shocks. God, how do you win that? Jorg taken down, and here come Cloud9 onto the B side, hitting it hard. Leaf was the anchor player, and he will be dealt with. Still 3 players for G2 to apply to this situation. And Trent is 1 away from Hunter's Fury.
Oxy does a fantastic job getting his, but just causing so much disarray, delaying, letting the clock run down. G2, the time is expiring. Their hopes are expiring of actually getting it diffused. There's still a molly in the hands of Mitch, and on tap, that's going to be thrown out.
Zephyr's got an ult too.
This round should be done.
I like this from Valen. Push up. Mitch doesn't expect it. You've got to get defusing pretty quickly though now, and Vic handles Valen. Now Trent could be a problem. No time is the call. And Trent exits around with 3. Cloud9 find another round, but they are few, and they are far between.
It's similar to that first map. G2 go on a run. They get 5 in a row this time. It was 6 back on Lotus. And then Cloud9 begin to claw back. Just a little bit of hope on the side swap that if they can finally win a pistol round, maybe they could steal away G2's map pick.
Okay, Leaf has spent 9k credits this round, as you do. What does he come up with? Still guns for everybody on the G2 side. So this will be the economy starting to get shaky.
Again, that early 0 point into A main. Doesn't catch anybody. And then Mitch will just walk forward with net, try to claim that space. The C9, watchful still for any kind of G2 aggression down mid. Wow, just Hunter's Fury seemingly out of nowhere. Off of a recon, perhaps?
They're going to push Leap with this Aldrin. Oh my word! How do you see that coming? It's inhuman. The correction is ridiculous.
Vic has worked his way into vents, trying to be a presence, draw some attention as the split comes in. Zepek gets one tag, can Vic do anything in heaven? Awkward, fighting against Jonah P.
Got a bit of damage on him there, but Jonah's been really hard to shift it again. He comes out on top. Now Ned had to play from the low ground. Rolling Thunder going to be thrown at the site here by G2, and they are in. They capitalize instantly. Net and Zeppo reeling, nowhere to go. And heaven and earth invert themselves for Mitch as the last casualty.
Elif has just been a brick wall in mid. Every time he is pushed up, he's been able to find that first teleport away to safety. The AWP has been such a nuisance.
Dude, what?
Mental shot.
Vertical flicks, they're the nasty ones. Beautifully done. 8 rounds already for G2 on this defense side. It's a similar story to what we saw unfold on Lotus. Brooming with confidence is G2.
A tragic low buy for C9 to end this half. Leaf again going for the jump around this time. It does work. Third time's the charm.
A much closer angle to the wall there. They could not sniff him out. And that is brutal. Mitch has really been the one who has been the workhorse in some of these rounds.
Look at this awareness right now from Trent. He's posted up on the angle for Oxy. If he rounds the corner, this should be a free kill.
This is what I'm saying. Valorant's calling structure, G2 in general, they shut down these breakout star players. They've taken Oxy's voice away.
You've even hit him with a fault line. Oh my god, he almost converted too.
That's a lot of damage.
Matter of fact, that's the amount of HP Jonah has left from that engagement.
They're barely holding it together, but still it's an important piece off the board for Cloud9 as G2 put them in check for the half.
Off all that distraction made from Oxy, though, it's allowed the rest of his team to just contact forward. They want to take an aggressive fight off the paranoia.
Tour de force here for Leaf, not that it's necessary, but hey, round 12 and all.
C9 not able to find the value with that aggression as intended. They fall back to the spike. Now can find anything with the Sheriff.
Oh,
Can.
It's not good enough. It's not the weapon he needs in that situation. It's 3 for Leaf already, and it's up to Vic. All on his lonesome on that high ground. G2 convert a dominant, oppressive, masterful first half. It's 9-3.
It has been such a one-sided affair. G2 claiming all 3 pistol rounds up until this point. C9 have never had a real shot at getting in the game economically. They've not been able to string rounds together.
Sorry, come again? I'm not familiar with that dialect, Jorg. Devastating. Well, folks, I'll be honest with you, the Riot Arena is bumping today, and we've got Golden Boy down on the floor with some super fans.
That's right, Uber. We got Josh and Jacob here. Big C9 and G2 fans. Guys, give it up. Give it up. Show some love. Show some love. All right, so Josh, first for you, my friend. C9, right, have a big matchup against NRG, wins that one. You see the players shine. Who is your favorite player on Cloud9 right now?
Right now, I probably have to say Zeppa. He absolutely fragged out in the NRG match. We were actually here the other day watching it, and it was so awesome, dude. The energy was insane. Just getting to watch it was awesome.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Now, for you, how do you feel about this G2 lineup, Jacob, that looks like world beaters right now?
Oh, we are world beaters, man. I'm out here, I'm watching them play, and I already feel we're winning champs. I already know it, man. I already know it, bro. We're winning champs. They're gonna go play League later. We're winning worlds.
That's what's up. Now, guys, is this your first time at the Riot Games Arena here? What do you think of it?
It's not my first time. We came a lot last split,
Nice.
or last season. We're coming a lot this season. Super excited. Love the vibe here. Love being able to come watch and support our teams.
Hell yeah. What about for you, Jacob?
I've been coming since the seasons have started. First season started. Love it. It's beautiful. The games are amazing. I love Valorant. I love this game.
Hell yeah. Guys, what do you think of the Riot Games Arena? You having a good time? Ay, Dios mío, almost died. All right, guys. Well, look, I'm going to let Jacob and Josh get back to their game, but why don't you guys go ahead and help me out and throw out some plushies to the people. And guys, are you ready? Are you ready for map 2? Ready for the next half, rather? Let's do this.
I'm going to keep it $150 with you, Wyatt. It's giving Go Valorant big time out there on the floor today.
Yeah, listen, I love Valorant too. I'm with him. I agree. Oh my God.
All right, I mean, glad to see that spirits are high in this room, because I tell you what, Cloud9, that tension that Imi referenced, I don't know if that's dissipated yet.
I'm not sure we could say the same. I don't think the high spirits are emanating from the left side of the stage at the moment. Imi is praying that begins to happen when maybe they get their first pistol round win.
Leaf already has purchased a decent number of Headhunter shots here. 14 and 6. Another map consecutively he's looking to just run away with.
Absolutely dismantling his former team, though. Of course, it looks far different than the one he used to be on, aside from Zeppa, who, by the way, has been playing with this Cloud9 team for 1,298 days. One of the longest standing players with an org in the game at the moment.
And Mitch, who's only ever been on 2 teams. Oxygen and Cloud9, his whole career.
And then after Oxygen, Cloud9 again. Valen on the retreat. It's Cloud9 aggressive in mid. Net finds the first onto Trent.
Sorry, Trent, you are not Arsena today. Valen tries to go for a cheeky little wrap there, but is spotted out. That said, post-plant set up for G2 back in security. Jorgamo is set up, but he will have his hands full.
Hands full, but he has to be the hero. Jorgamo needs to find at least one and then threaten that backstab.
Okay, Headhunter secures one. Leaf flash forced away, now the Nebula in his face. Jonah might step onto the side here and look for a little pinch of magic. He saw Oxy. They're going, he can com this! He can com this to Leaf! He knows he's going to be overwhelmed, but he can't do anything about it still. Jonah has snuck in behind this space. It's been opened up though, and it's one. Just one.
Oxy able to claim the last 2 kills, and it's close. Zeppa gets that defuse. It was looking very scary with Cloud9 paying no mind to their flank. All emphasis on routing Leaf out of main. They were able to get that kill and convert the final to good trading at the end.
Valen there, though, was trying to wrap on them. They were absolutely ready for that.
Let's go, baby.
Must win round. Oxy catapults himself to the top of C9's scoreboard there. It's a low bar, frankly, but again, getting in position to have a big impact on the half.
It must feel oh so sweet to finally get a pistol round. Actually be in the driver's seat economically in this game.
Who's pushed up in this smoke? It's Net. With the judge. Was hoping that G2 would challenge here. But Jonah P, after copping some early damage here, is going to pull back with the Marshall. And we're done with A for now.
Watchful eye on mid with that Marshall. Scoped weapons so strong, or Outlaw rather. So strong on this map.
Okay, look at the group up here. 2 C9 players over on that B side. They're going to have some advance warning. Then they can have an Astra Star triggered to buy some time as well. It's going to be Mitch and Vic. 2 of the most recent pickups for this squad. And joining them is Oxy from that high ground with that Outlaw, something that's lethal to G2. One-shots across the board. Mitchie with a fault line here. Valen and Trent want to try and push up, take liberties. Vic's timing, not quite there. He doesn't see the player push coast, and now he's overwhelmed at close range, but Oxy chimes in for 2. From that high ground now to the Sheriff, interrupts the plan. Oxy! He's looking for it! Oh, and it slips away! The utter disrespect! But he's still credited with the iBuyPower ace!
What a way to get it.
Of course, iBuyPower giving away a PC for the first ace of the week, and then after that, $100 of Riot gift card, $100 in iBuyPower rewards for each ace after that. Now that's a way to get some wind in your sails.
That's a nice, funny way to get the morale up. Oxy finally turning up for this squad, man.
And bro thought he wouldn't give credit with that jump off. Come on, bro. Hey.
That's the first primal Oxy moment of the season, I feel.
That's right. We had him hitting all levels of Super Saiyan last year, but very quickly, G2 looking to keep a lid on the energy for Cloud9. Okay, Oxy pulls that one out of a hat.
He might just be entering the flow state, that intuitive spam.
That's called Ultra Instinct, thank you. Right, I'm older than you, man. Come on.
Not really my thing.
By a lot. Really? Cringe. Blade Storm here for Oxy. Leaf has pushed up well on coast, but G2 not fully committed to this yet. Rifle round for them, of course, a chance to take the game back into their own hands. And everybody be careful, Oxy's waiting. Fault line dodge, the same one as we saw last round. It's Mitch again. Crucial frag, but it's not enough. Down to Vic, and he's the ghost player for this round. And he's been about as invisible with all this action over at B.
You can see that they're trying to get the confidence flowing. They're trying to fight together, and they are fighting together, but the duel's just not going their way. This G2 team, all aspects of the game right now, firing on all cylinders.
Just as C9 get the head above water, just as they get one of those classic morale-boosting prescribed Oxy aces.
Gun here.
They've got to dig deep once more. Again, money's still fine. They got 2 guns away from G2, so there are bright spots here. Vic's also been able to recover a rifle. Not too shabby at all, but yeah, Leaf has been impressive. Both maps today. Once that tour de force gets going, he's definitely going to be a problem picking C9 apart. So G2 get themselves to 10 rounds here. Cloud9 know the mission is still the same. Set Oxy up for success.
It's time for their full buy. Must-win round. A loss here would just sting so much for the team that bested NRG, a lot of people's favorites. If not, you kind of had to put them in the top 2. Coming into this tournament out of the off-season, how well they performed. Huge upset win. And to just go right back down to the lower bracket, the exact same spot where NRG are, would just feel so bad for them. That hard work up in smoke.
Oxy, our ace leader in his second season in the VCT. That is pretty nuts. 5 to his name. And that gate crash now starts to saunter down mid. That'll be Jorgamo maybe using that to get behind enemy lines. Yep, instantly TPs to it. He's in there, but there's nothing to grease him.
This is dangerous for C9. They have to be so aware of the presence in mid. It's going to draw eyes away from the players who may normally be anchoring a site.
He couldn't get out. He got suppressed by the 0 point and couldn't gate crash away. He's stranded.
Just mistimed that. Net's still on the angle. Decoy goes out, but...
Okay, having some issues with the util this round is our boy. That's fine, because he can shoot good normally.
I've seen better Jorgamo rounds.
They take the good with the bad, Wyatt. All right, there's Oxy toppled from the top of the boxes, but Net finds a second. Falls back off it. Now buys some time. No great post-plant position set up here for D2 yet. They're grouped here towards coast.
With that plant, though, Jonah P. Rolling Thunder will be available. That could easily even up this 3 versus 4 into a 3v3 and get further advantage from there.
The backstab pressure, though, it's real. Jonah very mindful of it. Leaf suppressed for now, Rolling Thunder at the ready. This one could be devastating. It's hit a couple, but Net's going to be there. That's 4 for Net. Say it ain't so, surely! Oh, Zappa with the steal! Sickening stuff!
We've been robbed of our gift card, Mitch. We've been robbed.
Not 1, but 2 gift cards. Let's get that straight. Hey, Cloud9. When it rains, it pours for this team. And hey, that's an important round. It's a swing round in terms of economy. They win it out. G2 relegated onto a bit of an awkward one now.
Net has been a problem today. I'm very impressed. Despite Cloud9's woes as a team against this strong G2 squad, Net had stood out as far as how high impact the kills that he's found have been. And it is lovely to see him at this level after losing his spot with G2 in Americas, struggling at the beginning of his foray and Challengers playing with M80, but then ending the year being a standout player on that team. I was so impressed with how he turned things around. You could see him finding his confidence again. And that is carried over into Americas. He's looking so nice.
Pivotal here for C9 on this map. Basically, as soon as the first round began, he had that very early Cosmic Divide to set up the gun round for Cloud9. And again, when he's been needed, he stepped up. We've got a Guardian and a Rifle here still for Leaf to work with. Also a Cosmic Divide for G2 to try and set this up. Here is the Divide.
That is quite far away, trying to rotate quickly. This is going to be tough for C9 to get through.
All right, let's cut the map up. We have bisected it twice, and there's Oxy. That is at that range. Not sure how it happened. Shock dart straight through the wall. Looking for some damage there is Zeppa. And Oxy's already on the defuse. Bowled over by Leaf, but from up on high, it's the RKO from Zeppa. Beautiful. Jonah Pito, a problem. Nobody's looking at Jonah except Net. And that's all Cloud9 needed. They have slowly but surely climbed back into this map.
That shot to Jogamo, the initial one was so sick. Trying to push through the Cosmic Divide. Net was so far away, but ended up being there right on time. Jonah not expecting to get backstabbed.
Great reaction.
Hello.
Good looks there from Zeppa. Very disruptive. That's a double Cosmic Divide post-plant situation. Awkward.
G2 now on the full buy. Leaf with a stinger, but has the tour de force. That's going to be popped in. So, of course, it's aggression from C9. Fault line. Difficult for Oxy to wade through.
Jonah just piles them down with that one, but they're not done. Still pushing up, and Oxy's claim too. What a frenetic opener to this round. Oh my God, he's right. Bam! Oxy gets out. Somehow Trent is alive. There we go. You know, win those. That's fine. Jorg with the trade, but in a 1 versus 3, that was not a clone, folks. That's just your boy.
Beginning to really feel the energy in the room now for Cloud9. It's been tough to have it before, but they are on a run, stringing 3 in a row. Finally in the driver's seat in a game, it feels like. Of course, they are still on the comeback right now. But the rounds they've been playing have been fantastic. I love this mix of pace, throwing in a round of pure aggression.
Great setup from Mitch there. That flash.
Into that Hunter's Fury.
Hits him real hard. On Oxy there as well, as just to capitalize, of course, on the utter disarray that's caused. Now we've got ourselves a game, folks. G2 again. Awkward half buy. Leaf with a rifle. There is a dimensional drift for Jorgamo.
That is all Cloud9 setting up their star, Oxy. He capitalizes. This is the best map he's had so far in 2025. Single, forced away. At least still living.
This round, though, the winds don't blow in his favor. Not early, anyway. Trent's looking to inch up here. Nothing really but a sheriff to his name. No one tapping that orb quite yet. A minute in the round already. You expect Jorg maybe to go forward with this. Valen will be on the setup.
That is a risky position for a very low HP. Ooh, Net, he's caught in the grab well with the shock.
What a combo. Normally it's like a seized nade. Look, that's probably harder to put together. Great grab well timing.
Lovely util.
Free kill on this sort of anti-eco. You've got to feel good.
Rifle can't be recovered, though. It's too far away for the G2 team, who are gathered up in main. Here comes the dimensional drift from Jaw. Wants to spot the players out. Gets the info on all 4, matter of fact.
He's seen them. But what can they do about it? Here's Oxy with a tap. Rolling Thunder comes in. Do G2 step onto the side? Well, Jorg does. Makes a quick exit, though, as Valen now goes brrr, trying to spray down. Enters that Omen smoke. The right clicks don't quite get him there. Oxy's down to half, but still more work needs to be done. Fault line is good. Spray, even better. And Trent finishes the job. It's a half buy for G2. Just as Cloud9 were getting their sea legs again.
A half buy for G2 where the lack of weaponry was made up for with superb utility. The combo to find that first kill. Catch Net on the retreat.
What do you do?
As he's pinged up. Nightmare situation.
Great finish there for Trent.
Rolling Thunder was used at the best time from Jonah, off the info from the dimensional drift.
Cutting through.
G2 making the most of a bad economic situation. C9, though, economically, still pretty good. They've got the operator in the hands of Oxy. a tough round loss, but they're not out of this by any means just yet.
That's disruptive, though. The economy's in a weird place, not terrible. Like you said, an op in the hands of their Jet player. Always a good sign. Last time we saw Trent with the Hunter's Fury, it was speculative. He just sort of threw it out early in the round. This time, though, a bit more judicious about its deployment.
G2 intend on working up mid, splitting into B. So much pressure on that. Can he get his damaged up on the run and caught by Jaw?
Somehow, again, G2 zero in on Net's position and kind of bowled him over with numbers at the start of a round. Mitch now playing in an awkward spot between a rock and a hard place. And again, still able to extract the kill. It's so big. They need more than that. Nicely done by Vic. Already down to 5. And this plan is one that Oxy can't really intervene in Wyatt. There is Zephyr up mid, though.
Zeppa's going to have an engagement against Trent here. Will he be ready? This kill could certainly determine how this round plays out. Finding that advantage.
Both are healthy. Both are armed. Oxy inside this smoke. There's no way he gets away with it. Kid Wonder doesn't make it happen. And Zeppa here now really doesn't have many options left. This is G2 going to series points. And they clean him up.
That shot from Jogamo, able to hit the headshot, no less, onto Oxy, updrafting out of that Nebula. So unfortunate. Cloud9, they've been rallying. The G2 team that we're looking at is just of such a high echelon.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, look, a little bit of a hiccup here, right? Cloud9 able to put sort of 5 out of 6 rounds together after winning the pistol. Get themselves into a decent spot in this game, but slowly G2 starting to decode them. And that's a couple of rounds where, like, Ned is holding a passive line. He just takes a bunch of damage, and then G2 say, go. Push into him.
G2 really exploiting mid there where, you know, maybe with a different composition or against a different comp, they wouldn't be able to do so in the exact same way. They may have to deal with, you know, a tripwire in a location like that, something along those lines. But it's being hard held by Net. He has to be posted up on the angle, which, yes, sometimes that can result in the player holding that angle getting a kill, but it's dangerous too when he's just being swung on by the horde of G2 who intend on splitting that site.
And now on the precipice of taking this series away, advancing, of course, through our kickoff bracket. And handing an L to a Cloud9 who really impressed us against NRG. Scrappy, hard-fought game for them to win. Still split in this series if Cloud9 can find a way to subvert fate and come out of this map alive. It's a big ask.
And it's such a bitter pill to swallow for C9 if they lose this match and are sent to the first round of the lower bracket with everyone else after besting one of the teams that we had the highest expectations for. C9 being one of the teams we had low expectations for.
And Oxy's finally come online, Wyatt. It's taken 2/3 of the series, but he's here now. It might just be too late.
Posted up on mid, watching for anyone who may want to go through the dark cover. This time it's a fake gate crash from Jogamo.
They know it. I can see the splat on the ground here. A lot committed to mid by Cloud9 this round.
And the Cosmic Divide
It's a fake.
pure sell. There's a gate crash in spawn. Jogamo's going to make noise. He's going to leave.
It's on Net again. It's up to this guy again against his old team.
With the judge in the Nebula.
I've seen how this one ends.
G2 are biding their time. Are they really going to wait this smoke out? Let it dissipate.
They wait it out. Oh, no!
The patience. The
Nebula comes down and so does the curtain on Net's round. Devastating for Cloud9. Zephyr, though, pays it no mind. He gets himself into the side, but Jonah P sends him careening off the map.
So many teams there would have just gone into the site, tried to play off the cell with speed, pace. Not G2. They take their time. They punish Net for it. They don't make mistakes like that.
And now you just ease into a post-plant situation. Slowly, the Anaconda strangles. First, it's the aftershock. Forces him off the plant. Then, more spray. This time, a gravity well. Another tickle, another attempt. It's Trent here with the Hunter's Fury to end the series. And a flawless round to cap up a 13-8 map for G2. they're looking to deliver on that off-season promise.
And what can you say, aside from G2, as advertised, we expect greatness from a team that was already at the top of the international scene, already a playoff contending team at Champions at Shanghai, and now they've inserted a world champ into their roster to take them over the top. Jogamo had a great performance today, but Leaf was the standout, dropping something like 44 kills in the 2 maps, plus 20 or so on the KD. Outrageous stuff from the Sentinel.
And it just doesn't matter what role he's on. He seems to highlight every match he plays in. And here we've seen the experiment, adding the very vibrant, very unpredictable Jorgamo to the very stable mix of G2 has created a chemical reaction that hits just right. This is only their first step here in kickoff, but a very good sign for the team that considered bowing out of champs in 7th and 8th place pretty unacceptable.
Certainly, and Cloud9 sadly down to the lower bracket after that phenomenal win against NRG. I mean, talk about a tough run, man. They start with NRG, then they have to go up against G2 next. That is the most difficult bracket probably or like most difficult segment of the bracket that you could probably be in at the moment.
And it doesn't get any easier considering who awaits them in this lower bracket. Some quality teams not able to quite get off the ground yet, but there's some bright spots for them. Net looks really good. Acclimated into this roster. He's put in pretty pivotal positions, sometimes having to play in an under-resourced fashion. He's able to take some of these rounds over. Oxy came alive. We got the vintage look from him last year. Our VCT Americas ace leader adds another one to the tally today. There are signs of life. There are definitely things to be hopeful about for Cloud9, but eventually they run into the raid boss and get knocked down a peg.
And who knows if Cloud9 didn't have such a cold start on both maps, losing the pistols, and from there, not even able to really do damage on their eco rounds. On another day, if they even just go 50% on the pistols, hey, maybe we're looking at a different game. They tried to hold their nerve best they could, but ultimately, this G2 squad, they're way too damn good.
Yeah, just a cut above there, and it's a caliber of play that is pretty hard to argue with. And now we can't wait to see what they bring us next in these upper bracket rounds, because we've got finally to see all of our teams. We've got to answer the questions about how our rosters have shaped up coming out of the off-season teams like Lev, teams like G2, for example. And I'm glad to have answers for it. But we have questions, further questions. That's right, it's Riv down on the stage for the Verizon post-match interview with the one they call Leaf.
I am indeed here with one single Leaf as G2 takes down Cloud9. Dang, what a game that was. I mean, you're no stranger to winning. The team looks so clean right now, but does it kind of feel different winning with these guys? It looks so fluid.
I mean, it's a lot of fun. Like, we're all pretty brain dead. We all have our the same kind of sense of humor.
All right.
So when we win these rounds in like the funniest ways, like, or just like good teamwork, we're all just hyped. We're all having fun. So, I mean, nothing's really changed from last year. You know, we just added in Jogamo, who's obviously like world class, but in terms of culture, we're still the same.
Why do you think it's kind of a benefit to all be a little brain dead in those situations?
I mean, it just makes the game more fun.
Okay.
Like, at the end of the day, if you're just stressed every single day that you show up for practice and every single match, you're just like, I hate playing with these guys. Like, you're just gonna not have the best results. Like, it's just how it works.
Easy enough said. All right, looking at how much fun you were having, though, I think it was like August of 2022, the last time you played Chamber, and then Ye joined the team and he was the Chamber forever. What's it like being able to get back on the Chamber and get some headhunters in there? You look like you're having a good time.
You know, we were playing it in scrims, and I'm just getting owned because I'm on 40 ping, and it's just way different on LAN. And then Josh is always just like, you know, LAN Chamber, you're gonna be fine. You're playing with, you know, like just 50 pounds added on you. So it's just very, very nice, like to just have an insta TP, just snap. Not used to it on Sentinel role, but yeah, I think I was always very comfortable on the agent even back then. So it's just kind of getting back into it.
Took the ping weights off. You were crushing. My next question is kind of for the team. People sometimes get concerned when you see so many big names on a team. Who gets the priority voice? What happens here? Who just overall gets the util? How's that working for G2? Because it does not seem like a problem with all these stars on one squad.
I mean, at the end of the day, we all want to win. Nobody really cares about stats. Like, if you lose and you have good stats, who cares? if you win and have good stats, it's just a plus. But at the end of the day, like I think we're one of the most like drilled, disciplined teams. So like we don't really care. Like we just do whatever it takes to win.
It's a great mental. Final question for you. Com said he would love to play you guys. You do come out with a win here, so you're going up against Leviathan. How you feeling about that? He does feel like you are the best in the scene.
I mean, I hope it's a good game. I didn't really watch too much of their second map, but the first map, I mean, they looked pretty good. Com was like 20-9. That's rare from him, personally. So, you know, we beat them in Spotlight. Obviously, it's not 5v5 same players, but I mean, I know what they're capable of. I mean, they beat us last year. They changed some players around, but it's gonna be a good game.
Awesome. Leaf, thank you so much. Let's hear one more time for G2. Leaf, the squad, getting that victory as they debut their roster here on the Americas Kickoff stage. We are going to be throwing it to the desk right now. Don't go anywhere. We got Jogamo and Valen to give you all the inside brain, five-head knowledge that goes down in these games. Don't go anywhere.
What's good, everyone, and welcome back to the Match Point, our end of day show where we cover all the stuff that we just saw. And as Riv had mentioned, we got Valen as well as Jogamo here to talk about what that game gave us, and it was awesome. It was G2 domination. You guys look unfreaking believable right now. That has to feel good, man.
Feels great. Big thing I wanted my boys to know is like if we start hot, this first match that I feel like we're gonna just take off to the moon. Practice results. Honestly, I've been kind of shaky in this new meta. It's been difficult, but it's been pushing us to our limit recently in practice. So the boys know that the confidence stems within the team practice and the team culture we're setting. I'm glad to see that the results panned out and are the way I envisioned it. So from now, it's just max confidence all the way to Bangkok, and I'm winning that too.
Ooh, baby, I like the confidence.
I'm coming for the trophy this year.
Dude, it's a little bit of a difference from when I would talk to you before and be like, hey, how you feeling? You're like, you know, man, everyone fights hard. They're all good. You know, it's going to be a good game.
Dude, as I'm getting older, I'm getting more confident, more experience.
That's right, baby.
Here.
That's what it is,
and,
Papa. You just get older,
yes,
you just start to feel it. You start to feel better, and no matter like what happens, win or lose, you can still walk out with your head held high.
For sure.
I totally feel that, though. But Jog, you know, we heard Leaf earlier, and Leaf is a nasty player, and you know, just what he brought to G2 last year was something that we were so excited about because of his versatility and his talent. But now you also have the versatility. You also have the talent. How is it playing with alongside a guy like Leaf, who is really just helping you to achieve even more?
Yeah, I mean, like getting the post plants and getting me inside, like that's my specialty. But I mean, I trust my three people to clutch right behind me: Jonah, Leaf, and Trent as well. Even him. Like, but me and him are always going in. So you know what I'm saying? But having Leaf, like knowing that he's in the back player and he's gonna clutch all these 1v2, 1v3, 1vx's, like I give him all my faith and I give him all that confidence, and I know that he's good for every time. Sorry.
Now, and of course, now I know you guys have been asked this a million times, but if you don't mind, for the match point stuff, walk me through how Jog coming to the team came to be, because it really does feel like a match made in heaven.
Definitely, yeah. We've always had interest in Jogamo, and finally this was the year that it panned out. We got him on the team. And it's been a dream come true for me having a guy like this.
Did you know that they were always interested? Oh, okay.
You know, we've been good friends throughout the whole time. We came up together, so it's always been a dream for me to compete with someone like him. The thing I wanted the most was this guy's like ignorance and his confidence in the server. Like he doesn't give.
Ignorant.
Yeah, he don't care about you. He don't care about your team. He's gonna do his job to the best of his ability, and that confidence stems into the entire team, which is something I felt like we lacked last year in the big game. So having this big time player in here, maybe that's why I'm giving it now.
Maybe it's definitely a demeanor switch. That much is for certain. But you know, that being said, you know, you were talking about the teams and how the practice was shaky a few times, right? You see C9 2-0 NRG, and I mean, Plat Chat stocks are high for NRG. Pretty much every podcast is NRG 1 or 2 right next to you guys. But you see C9 beat them. Does that give you some pause for a moment? And you're like, whoa, is this team legit? Or do you know? Share with the class.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
No, we watched the film like live. We rewatched it after. We watched the film like 3 times together, and we were not impressed with either team, honestly. I feel like the work that we've been putting in this new meta, we're ahead by far, and so we weren't really intimidated by that. But we respect all of our opponents. Like, drawing it back a bit, we did go into this max effort, max everything. We gave them the respect, but we were not intimidated by that match at all.
For sure. Which, you know, compared to where you guys were last year, where you're like, you know, hey, eating a couple slices of humble pie here and there, maybe one too many, and now you're like, oh, screw it, let's just full send. I love the attitude switch for sure. Now, you had a switch of coaching. You were playing for a long time under Potter and her systems. How is it working with Josh RT?
Josh gives me a lot of the information that I've never really got for certain stuff, like the Euro ults. You know, we're still working on it. Like there's still a lot of stuff that I haven't played as well on the old roster of EG. So like introducing Euro into my meta as well. Like giving all the confidence and all the information that I need. Like he's giving me all that up front and telling where I'm failing and everything like that. As well as Potter as well. She did it as well, but Josh does it so well where I'm just like always getting the information. I know I'm right.
And you've been under that system for such a long time. I'm sure a new approach is good for you.
New approach, new person. It's always
new
different.
Voice. Yeah, exactly.
And especially with the guys around me. I mean, Josh just adds on to all that. So I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, no, definitely get the vibe. Before we jump to our silly little game, I did have one final question for you, Valen, because this is a big year for you guys, right? You got to make champs. You know, you make champs, you guys are secure. You're good to go as an Ascension team. Yeah. Do you feel that pressure, or is it, meh, worry about it later?
It definitely adds to my motivation for the year, but I don't really feel the pressure of it, honestly. That time will come later. I'm just focused on kickoff, and I'm like a baby step person, so that's out of my view right now. But once the time comes, I'll probably feel the pressure of like, ooh, this match decides if I stay in the league or not. But for now, I'm just focused on our practices, making sure all that hits, because that's how you get, you know, the scoreboard will talk for itself if you put in the work. So that's my mental right now.
Couldn't agree more, man. Awesome stuff. All right, well, you know what? Got all my questions out of the way. We've got a duo that works well together, but let's see how well they really know each other as we play duo cues. Now, I need some whiteboards over here. Where are my whiteboards? Where my driver? Driver? Ah, there he goes. Yes, thank you so much, driver. Delivering the whiteboards to you here. Gonna make jog extend a little bit. Thank you so much, Tactibear. Appreciate you. He's gonna hang out here for a little bit.
Got some glasses on.
Yeah. Now, you guys, I'm sure, are familiar with the game. Basically, I'm gonna ask a question. You guys gotta write it down, and we'll see how much you guys know each other, how well you know each other, rather. Here is the first question. What is Jogamo's cat's name? I think that's a fairly easy one. But
well, he has two.
That's true. He does have two.
Wait. I know.
Impressive. Okay. And imagine if Jogamo got this wrong.
I might get it wrong.
All right,
I'm hoping I'm right.
And the answer is Mango and Penelope.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Well done. Aw. That's which one you got first, Mango or Penelope?
Penelope first.
Penelope first?
I mean, I even know that, bro.
All right. Look at that. You knew that too. That's wild. Okay, it's a tough one. Thank you so much for that, sound guy. Okay, next one. What month is Valen's birthday? Brownie points if you can get the day as well.
Ooh.
The day?
The day is crazy.
A year would be nutty.
The year? I know the year, maybe. Wait, my thing don't work.
You could share markers. All right, let's go ahead. Reveal answers. Valen's birthday is? January. Hey, look at that. This month. Look at you.
Yeah.
I like my
Turn
wife.
22.
New year, new us.
Nice. Wait, 22?
Yeah.
Oh, my wife's tomorrow, the 20th. Look at that.
Oh, sorry. I'm turning 22. It's
Oh, you're.
24th.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Congratulations
Still close
on turning 22 then.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to our next one. This is a fun one. What team did Jogamo ace to win Esports Play of the Year?
How much detail should I put? I mean, I feel like I watched that 100 times.
Go for it. Go for it. Have fun. Maybe even draw how the UI looked in that moment.
All right, you want me to look?
Show it.
This guy, Bucky on Jen, gets one. Crashes peeks heaven, knifes him, dashes A main, knifes Victor on the last kill. Come on, I feel that like 100 times.
Till this day, like the greatest play, and which is wild because we've had some incredible plays this week, and that play is still up there. All right, next one. This is a fun one. Which player on your team orders the most food? And I'm actually going to add one. Which player on your team cooks the most food?
Oh, okay.
So do both. I want who orders and who cooks.
I think I know who.
Because whoever orders, I'm going to have to scold them, and whoever cooks, I will have to give them a high five for being a responsible adult that knows how to make food. Because that's an important skill that you all should learn. Okay. Really trying to use this show as a way to teach people life skills. All right, we got it? Or your marker ran out?
His marker ran out.
Okay, all right, we got the answers?
Yes.
Okay, reveal. And it is, I can't remember, Jonah P. And, oh, wait, so Jonah P is the orderer, and you are, that's my guy right there.
Did you put me for cook?
No.
No.
Who'd you put?
Nobody.
Nobody. Great. So Jonah P's the ordering guy.
Yeah, we all order a lot.
Okay.
We're a big team. We got some big backs.
What's the? Hey,
You should have seen us the other day,
I
bro.
feel you, Poppy. What's the go-to order though?
Ooh, the go-to? For me?
Yeah. For both of you, maybe.
Just pizza, bro.
Just pizza.
Just straight pizza. I can't hate pizza.
I like any like rice and chicken, or like
Okay.
rice and meat is like my favorite dish. It's simple, it's easy to order.
Okay, just
Anything.
straightforward, you know, rice and chicken.
Yeah,
Love
rice
it.
and chicken, or like rice and steak, whatever.
Okay, we'll have to make rice. I'll have to make you Puerto Rican rice.
Ooh, hell yeah. That
love
marinade goes crazy, bro.
That's he already knows. This is a smart guy right here. All right, folks, so that does it for Duo Q. But week 1 of kickoff is done, and next week we're back with our first elimination matches. Here's the bracket. You guys are going to be facing off against Leviathan. Thoughts on that one, fellas? Going up against 2 former teammates.
To beat my old teammates, I could
Yeah.
play against Demon 1. I mean, I didn't really watch his first or second game today,
Yeah.
but maybe he's shaky, maybe he's not. Maybe he's shaky again. I mean, we played him against an NRG, so
Yeah.
might be the same outcome again.
Have you guys scrimmed him at all, or like?
No,
I don't think
I don't
so.
think we've ever scrimmed that iteration because we're on the same side.
Oh,
of
that's
the
true.
bracket.
That's true. Yeah, good point. Good point.
No, they're a great team. We lost to them in some pretty important matches last year, champs, and like
Yeah.
for a championship here. So for me, it's kind of like a revenge game. I know it's going to be personal for both
Get
teams.
the one up
'cause-
on King.
Yeah, there's ex-teammates on both sides. So I know it's going to be a lot of energy from both teams. They're looking strong, but I don't know if they're stronger than us. We'll see when the time comes.
Ah, man, I love the confidence, guys.
yeah.
So proud of you and so happy for you guys. Seriously, keep kicking all the asses. You
Thank
guys
you.
are going to be unreal this season, and you know, really just keep the heads on straight, right? What you're doing is clearly working right now. This is wild stuff.
Got to keep up at it.
Hell yeah, that's what's up, guys. All right, well, that is our show, and that is going to do it for us here at opening week at Kickoff. And what a week it was. Incredible matches through and through. We got to see all of our top teams perform at a high level, and we were treated to some excellent Valorant. But that's going to do it for us here. We thank you so much for watching, and here's the Samsung SSD Fast Replay. See you next week.
There's a lot to be excited about. You've got Leviathan, who are debuting this year on the stage, and oddly enough, for Fury, as I just mentioned, a debut as well. We're finally going to get to see just how good this roster can be.
I mean, look at King right now on the mini-map. This is just a distraction. If you can kill one, that's great.
It's all about the swing and the fight now. He's deep the first one. Can he get the second? Remember how weak Havoc is. Off the swing! The Red Bull clutch for Calm.
Bro, you're him.
But is
The
he
reload,
fully convinced?
dog.
The reload gives it away. You're right. And now Demon 1 falls. Attack is left in a 1v2. What a round from Furia. That TP back from Khalil could be everything. MW's down. Heat is 2. Khalil the 1v4. Now spotted. Now positioned. Given away. And he's dealt with. Map 1 for Leviathan. Havoc plays his timing perfectly. He can secure the round on his own, but it's only 1 kill found.
Not a lot of time.
Reinforcements arriving as King holds the line.
King has his smoke up now, too. They're just going to double swing right here.
And now they're in a really awkward situation. Do they hit the res? Do they try to rotate back? They've lost control A.
Needs to get this res off before it's too late.
Carefully creeping forward and looking to put him away, and he does.
Leviathan blow through the competition of Furia.
This Cloud9 team have an opportunity here to really shock everyone and get a win against the team that is considered to be the world beaters of Americas. That would be huge.
Now Leaf has to fight in against Oxy and Mitch in the post plant.
Oh, that was some great movement to get the kill on Zep, but
Leaf has managed to avoid detection. They're never going to check pit.
One. Leaf maximizes! Cloud9 in utter shambles. Now the Rolling Thunder. Just as Leaf was trying to make a push, so Vic's able to clean him up comfortably and find a second from the back of sight. It's up to Old Faithful, Old Reliables, Animal Fall, and Vic comes alive for Cloud9.
throw the grab net. They're walking in, but Leaf.
Even up though in the post plant, Leaf stepping forward on the side, getting ahead of the util. Oh, it's just too easy, baby. G2 throw the gauntlet down on C9's map of choice. Not quite there. He doesn't see the player push coaster. Now he's overwhelmed at close range, but Oxy chimes in for 2. From that high ground now to the Sheriff, interrupts the plant. Oxy, the utter disrespect, but he's still credited with the iBuyPower ace.
Let's go.
Oxy inside this smoke, there's no way he gets away with it. Kid Wonder
One enemy
doesn't
remaining.
make it happen. And Zeppa here now really doesn't have many options left. This is G2 going to series points. Another tickle, another attempt. It's Trade here with the Hunter's Fury to end the series and a flawless round to cap off a 13-8 map for G2. They're looking to deliver on that off-season promise.